Something I love about table tennis is that everybody does it, whether they are any good at it or not. It's fun, right? Because it's a great way to meet new people, and after playing regularly, you actually become better. Hold on, what does this have to do with foreign languages? You're probably thinking, well, I believe playing ping pong surprisingly has many similarities with speaking foreign languages with native speakers. Foreign languages with native speakers, sadly, I think, feel like we have to speak a new language perfectly before we start a conversation that get our message across. That we have to master every piece of grammar and know all the words by heart in order to pass this real life language exam. By seeing it this way, we create our own barriers. Recent BBC analysis showed foreign language learning is at its lowest point since the turn of millennium in UK schools as low as 50% in some areas. I want to show you how fast you can benefit from speaking foreign languages. It will take your fear away. A while ago, I lived in Shanghai, and moving from there to Bristol was quite culture shock. And I started to miss Chinese food. One one night I decided to take out my local Chinese takeaway and ordered my veggies with rice in English. However, I noticed that other customers were taking their meals away with plastic forks and knives. I wasn't used to that having lived in China, and I adopted it culinary embassy for a moment, and so I asked the lady behind the counter what if she had any chopsticks in Chinese, and she laughed. She told me, show me your knives and show me why not. Good. I literally said in Chinese. She told me to wait a second. Went to the kitchen and checked, but when she came back and told me she couldn't find any. However, when she handed me food with a smile, she gave me the finest chopsticks imaginable. And I had to laugh too. I said, I think too warmly and said goodbye in my broken Chinese. She was so happy just because I spoke a few word Chinese. The embarrassing moment turned out was not my attempt to speak Chinese. It was a moment I realized taking my first bites with my new chopsticks that I had forgotten to face. And then I went to apologize in English. Now, I'm not saying you should now start learning a new language to get free food, okay? That wouldn't be, even achievement is about so much more than that. It did an ordinary transaction into a far more human connection. The biggest payoff comes in the first three stages of learning another language. The phrase, I don't want a knife, I want chopsticks, gave me so much more than just a pair of chopsticks. I am now taking you to the very outskirts of Siberia. Precisely here. After living in a couple of different countries, being able to speak on possession of Russian, I decided to make a long way awaited dream come true. I started to transfer Barian to on my own in the very far east of Russia. Around 6 o'clock in the evening, I said goodbye to my culture from host Ilya in a little Siberian town called Casseroles. I was about to board the next 12-hour train journey to a little down near the Chinese border called Black Magicians. I climbed to the dual stairs and boarded the long train, locked it again it hadn't been touched in Soviet times, and entered the third-class carriage. I found my place and was about to prepare my bed for the night. The train guard came and checked my tickets and asked me a couple of questions I didn't understand. Luckily, There are three people on the other side the aisles helped me because I Russian wasn't fluent back then. However, they were Russian and I noticed something very unusual. They were at his Reds badge on their shirts, and so I was wondering where these people from. Nah, they called me from North Korea. I had never met not Koreans before and had assumed I probably never would without visiting the country. I'm generally a spontaneous person and so asked them, "Where are you from?" "From Pyongyang," they said in Russian, and I couldn't believe it here in the outskirts of Siberia. It's just Brandon Emil Koreans there. There are so many things I wanted to ask them, but I didn't know where to start, and my Russian was limiting me in expressing myself there. There were no internet connection and definitely no Google Translate or to help me, and so I just asked, "What are your names in Russian?" And they said Hyung, Kim, and Kim. We talked about basic topics like our families, where we were going to, we were having born a city more than 5,000 miles apart in unimaginably different cultures, but didn't feel so different after all. Everybody is looking for happiness and cares about spending time with loved ones, right? I was able to connect with Han Kim and Kim through Russian and as a common language. Without this, they would have stayed a mystery forever. Do you want to see them? Huh. Kim and the woman from the Bristolian takeaway where only a few examples. My life wouldn't be the same without the dozens of international friends and experiences I have, thanks to speaking foreign languages. The most important thing is that I don't speak all of them fluently, just like the table tennis. You don't have an Olympic champion. One of the biggest rewards comes start the learning curve. I think to take away one of the badges with rice or some poached chopsticks that a table tennis mentalities are enjoying things you may not pick and may not be good at. And if this mindset, I try with languages. After all, your favorite speaking foreign languages is nothing compared to the benefits of new